Today's webinar is about shaping perception, and it is a coaching approach to branding and marketing. For this session, we have the pleasure of hearing from a fantastic member of our team, Silvester, who is here with us today. And I have personally seen how passionate Silvester is about marketing. And I know you are all in for a treat today as he will guide us through this. And it is my pleasure to introduce Silvester, and he has many aces up his sleeve, as some of you would know, and the Coacharya team knows this. He is a photographer. He has a degree in MCOM, and he is currently ongoing with his doctoral studies. He also have 9 years of experience in videography and editing. So I'm really excited to hand things over to Silvester now. Silvester, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Yamini. Hello everyone. Like Yamini said, I'm currently doing my doctoral study, and my doctoral study is currently focusing on consumer behavior and buying decisions, and how, as marketers, we can influence them. So, for today's webinar, I've created a small structure wherein we'll be starting from what is marketing, then different eras of marketing, the framework of HTP, and then how perception can influence HTP. And then lastly, I will be giving you few tools and techniques that you can apply on your day-to-day activities, whether it is promotion of coaching or your regular business. So that's kind of the structure. Yeah. Just give me a second. So before I start, I have a simple question. Like most of you know what marketing is, right? So can one of you define or tell me what marketing is? So when you're using chat, make sure that you're selecting everyone and dropping in your messages. Finding the places to sell stuff, inform about a product or service, do good and talk about branding your service products. Okay, so like everyone has given parts of what marketing is. So in simple terms, marketing is any activity that you take so that the transition from the development of a product till it reaches the final consumer is done smoothly. So it will include everything from your product development plan to branding to distribution to selling. So all those activities come under marketing. So as we start marketing, initially marketing was not a term or a thing that we used to use. There were like different eras that took place. So first form of marketing was in the production era, where people believed that the product will sell itself. So many companies in the 1860s to 1920s followed this particular route, wherein a product was produced on a larger scale and it was offered to the consumers, and they believed that people would just purchase it. So this belief system evolved over time and came the sales era. So sales era started from the 1920s and went up to the 1950s. So in the sales era, marketing was more of manipulating the consumers to purchase a particular product. One of the best example where manipulation was done to sell a product was your cigarettes. I'm not sure if you have seen old cigarette ads. They were shown in different TV series and movies and everything, wherein the cigarette companies actually hired even doctors to sell their products, and there were like different variations in which doctors have said that because there is a filter in it, a cigarette can become healthy. So similarly, the marketers or the companies would influence or manipulate people into buying a particular product. Okay, and then after the sales era came what we know as the marketing era. So in the marketing era, it became important that consumers' needs were met. So the marketers would actually take up research and reach out to customers and understand what exactly do they need. One of the example was when Ford Motors came up with the Ford Shelby. So even though Ford Shelby wasn't exactly a car which was known for racing, the motor was basically a normal motor which they used in their all other models. They just gave it a racing line, etc., so that it looked like a race sports car. And this showed that in a way, more people started purchasing it, and this resulted in understanding and showed the importance of marketing through or marketing products that the consumers need. Then, as we moved to the 1990s, we came into relationship marketing, wherein the consumers or the companies would actually build relationships with each other. Like in this particular era was when you had movie stars influencing you to buy things, or like people started hiring Aishwarya Rai in India for advertising Lux, or you can take example of Tom Selleck, who promoted Ferrari's models, etc. So relationship marketing became an important aspect. So as time passed, marketing was evolved, and in through those marketing evolutions, what happened is we came to experiment with different frameworks and models like Maslow's hierarchy, etc. So in today's session, I'll be discussing one of the lesser known but widely used framework, which is HTP, standing for which is segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Okay, so I know there will be many marketers in the chat today. So can any one of you tell me what HTP or segmentation, targeting, positioning basically means? Okay, different messages to different segments of the market. Okay, we zero down on one segment. Leadership coaching is that segment. Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, segmentation, targeting, and positioning are three factors that we use to get a better clarity of how to promote our particular product. So um, Ruchi said, like, segmentation when we zero down to a particular segment. So that actually comes into the targeting part. So let's look at segmenting. Segmenting is basically, if you go for the complex definition, we turn an heterogeneous market, divide them into different uh, pieces or based on characteristics or demographics, etc., to make homogeneous components of the market, which can be easily targeted at the later on stage. In simple terms, imagine your market as a bag of Skittles or M&Ms or chips. Okay, and then when you divide them into different colors, those individual colors are individual segments of the market. Okay, now as a marketer, you will have the option to select either one segment or group of segments to uh, promote your product, right? So segmentation, you divide the market into different segments. Targeting, you do activities to target or achieve or capture that particular segment. And when you are able to consume or create a position of yourself in that particular segment, that becomes your positioning. So in some simple terms, you segment the market, you target a particular market which you need, and then you position yourself in that particular market so that you stand out and you are able to sell more products efficiently. Okay. Um, so in case you have any doubts or queries as we go on, you guys can, either put up in the chat or you can also put up in the Q&A session. I'll be monitoring the chat constantly. Different show for different books. Okay. When you are segmenting, traditionally segmentation takes place in different forms. One is you segment them based on different categories of demographics. Like you can look at age, occupation, income level, gender, family status, etc. Or you can also look them at a geographic base, like the region they belong to, the climate they are in, etc. So this is how traditional segmentation takes place. So when you are targeting as per traditional segmentation, what you'll do is you combine, suppose, the age and the income group, and you create a segment that matches your audience. I'll give you an example. For example, when we look at Coca-Cola's advertisements, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you see a Coke ad? Okay. So usually when Coca-Cola is advertising their products, they usually focus on celebrating, and the celebrations are based on, like, a festival or a family gathering, etc. So Coca-Cola's ad, if you see, they are popular during Christmas. In India, it is Diwali, etc. And same thing when you look at, yeah, Thanda matlab Coca-Cola. And same thing when you're looking at Pepsi ad. Pepsi ad is focused more on the younger generation. In India, Pepsi had come with a campaign called Youngistan, wherein they were focusing and targeting college students, etc. So each company has their own way of targeting their segments, right? And based on that targeting is what how they sell their products. So you have different approaches to targeting. One, some of you said, is differentiated targeting. So wherein you will be targeting or doing marketing activities differently for different segments of the market. For example, this differentiated marketing is very visible when it comes to real estate industries, wherein they'll have a luxury product, wherein they'll be selling villas, etc. They will have MSC product, a medium or middle income group, wherein they'll be selling to people with middle income, etc. And they'll have a LSG, wherein they will be selling to people from the lower income group. So based on the different price segments, each product placement will be done. You can also see another example when it comes to differentiated marketing is in case of your ice creams, right? You have quality balls ice cream, which you will get for something from 15 to 35 rupees. Then you also have Magnum ice creams, which sells for around 108, 120 rupees. So based on the price segment, you will see the ads being played in different regions. Okay. So that is differentiated marketing. Then you have undifferentiated marketing. I like to call it one for all. So it is one ad for the entire audience, right? You will be, for example, McDonald's ad. It is done for everyone and anyone in the market. Whoever sees it can purchase it. Domino's ad is another example. Any of the FMCG products usually follow one ad for all. Okay. And then comes your concentrated marketing, which I like to call all for one. So all the marketing effort is focused towards one segment, one target audience. Right. So for example, this kind of advertisement will be seen in luxury products most of the time. For example, it can be a Mercedes Benz. Right. So a Mercedes Benz ad, you will either see it near airports, etc., or in a magazine, business magazines or economic times kind of newspapers. Okay. So each segment or each advertisement will be based or focused on one particular audience. So concentrated marketing is also known as niche marketing. And as coaches, this is one of the things that many of us tend to practice knowingly or unknowingly. Like executive coaching, when people will be focusing on executives, higher leaders, CHROs, etc., and they will use their own experience in the business industries, etc., to target and create credibility for that particular market. So knowingly or unknowingly, we practice STP on a daily basis. Then last kind of targeting is called micro marketing, wherein you are giving custom offerings to your audience or the potential client. So this kind of marketing is done based or is promoted using exclusivity. So, for example, you have a Versace's bag. They create a limited number of bags. They'll be reaching out to the people who have already purchased with them and then selling it to them. Or you can look at brands like car brands like Rolls Royce or Bentley, wherein they will help you customize each uh, your purchase based on your preferences. Like Rolls Royce, for example, will have a custom name plate on the car. The interiors will be decided by you, whether you want leather, wooden, etc. So those are your micro marketing, which is offered to a specific person or a group of people in a very small number. So after this kind of targeting, you are able to stand out in the market, and that is where you come to positioning. Okay, so there's this famous book called Positioning by Al Ries and Jack Trout. So positioning, what they say is positioning is not what you do to a product, but what you do to the mind of a prospect. Right. So by positioning yourself as an entity or a company which can satisfy a particular need or satisfy a particular demand, you are basically standing out from the market and being able to sell products more efficiently and to the target audience which is specifically requiring your services. So, effective positioning includes certain aspects like the relevance. Relevance would be like what is the problem that you're solving, or what exactly can you provide to the consumer. Then comes differentiation. Differentiation is how are you different from every other product in the market, or every other, in our case, how are we different from every other coach in the market? Okay. Then comes your credibility. So credibility can be built through various ways. For example, depending on the kind of positioning you are, you can redefine yourself or categorize yourself as a executive coach and tell them that I have trained with so many CHROs, or I have coached so many people. And since we were talking, Yamini announced ACTC. One of the thing that helps you stand out is having that ACTC credential, wherein you can say that I'm coaching teams. So that is a unique offering that you can offer to a CHRO. So besides just a regular coaching, you can also offer team coaching, which again helps you improve your company's productivity. So that becomes a USP for yourself. So then comes sustainability. So whatever you're offering, and when you're offering it, make sure that it is not something that is easily copied by someone else. Like strategize or create a brand of yourself that cannot be easily copied by anyone else. Let's see, for example, because recently there was this shoot which we were working on. It was for BMW. So one of the unique features that BMW offers is when you visit their showroom, first of all, they have amazing customer service. But besides that, when you're visiting the showroom, you have the display car ready to view and everything. But besides that, you can also select different colors which you like, the interiors, material, and the the any customization you want to add to it. And based on that, they will give you a price tag. Then they give you familiarity discounts, etc., etc. So that becomes like a sustainable option, and the uniformity you will see across the BMW showroom is something that helps them stand out. So that is one thing. And lastly, whenever you're putting out a message for the purpose of marketing, make sure that it is clear and provides clarity to the audience. Um, like earlier, we were discussing about the marketing's definition. So there are some complicated definition wherein they will be explaining like, marketing is the process of branding, advertising, distributing, consume, and product producing, etc., etc. Done. So that will have multiple jargons and might confuse a person who's reading. But if you explain saying that marketing is any activity that takes place from the initial stages of production to the when the final product reaches the consumer, it is marketing. So simple terms, it includes all the complex terms which you had defined. but it is easier for the person who is sitting in front to understand, right? So something similar can be done when you're doing your branding or advertising on different social media. Now comes a different twist, which I am doing my study on, which is perception. Okay, so what do you mean by perception?
Sylvester,
Huh,
just a moment before we delve into perception. Neeta had a question she has put up on in the chat box. If
okay.
micro marketing is a good approach for coaches.
So I would basically say yes and no. Instead of micro marketing, I would suggest that you do niche marketing. And once you're established yourself in the niche, then you can, customize your offerings for individuals. So, because positioning takes time to build your reputation, etc., and your credibility as well. So instead of micro marketing, first start with a niche marketing, wherein, like, suppose again, since I was giving examples of executive coaching, I would say, like, if you have a industrial background and everything, like you have worked in the industry for 25, 30 years, I would say that use that experience as your credibility or as your badge of honor, and reach out to different executives. And then once you have reached out to them and once you have established your niche, then you can do micro marketing. So that's just a suggestion. You can obviously go and reach out to individuals and customize your marketing as per their needs. Just say, how do you define perception? Perception is truth. It's a lens unique to each of us. Oh, wow. So all beautiful answers. So one of the ways I define perception is how you select, organize, and interpret information to form a meaningful view of the world. Like, everyone will have a different perception of a single object, right? So um, for example, I was just reading this article the other day, wherein, again, for my studies and perception. So, suppose a gym going person who likes to work out and everything, but also likes to smoke. Okay, I know it's a contradicting statement, just giving an example. So, someone who works out on a daily basis and likes to smoke on a daily basis, and believes that, one cigarette a day is fine. One pack of cigarette in a day is fine. Because I work out, I maintain a healthy diet, I'll be fine throughout the life, is what they believe in. Okay. So in fitness magazine, they read an article wherein they say, when you work out, your life expectancy increases, your oxygen intake increases, which helps in blood circulation, etc. And as they scroll through the pages, they also find that smoking is injurious to health. It causes multiple diseases, etc. Okay. Now, as a normal person or a normal person with different perception, what happens is they will they will uh, sorry, I got distracted. As a normal person, they will keep something of what they believe is right. For example, they believe that working out daily increases the life expectancy, and they will remove or delete the portion wherein they read about the harmful effects of cigarette smoking. Right. So this, in a way, called selective perception. So in similar ways, as an individual grows to different stages of life, based on their experiences, based on their interactions, they form different perceptions for different objects. So, as marketers, what we have to do is mold that perception, or influence them in such a manner that when they perceive a marketing ad from us, they are enticed to reach out to that particular uh, ad, or reach out to that particular person to know more about it. And this specifically becomes important in today's day and age, wherein our retention rate is reducing. So according to a recent study, Microsoft's recent study, the retention rate of an average human being is just 8 seconds now. So any marketing activity that we are undertaking should, you know, be able to uh, catch a person's attention in that 8 second of time. Uh, there are like different reasons for the retention rate decreasing day by day, but yeah, you just have 8 seconds to position yourself since you're doing SCP in a person's mind. So um, now, when the perception is there, when you are able to influence it, you combine these two to create a effective marketing strategy to position yourself and stand out from your competitors, right? So now you will be asking, like, Sylvester, how does STP come into perception, or how can they work together? Like I explained earlier, in STP you have segmentation, targeting, positioning. In traditional segmentation, we just look at demographic characteristics like age, income, occupation, family status, etc. But now with the perception in the scope, what happens is people will look at different uh, interactions as well, like what kind of brand loyalty does a person have, whether he is switching quickly or he sticks to a particular brand, do the audience where they are in work with different on upcoming brands, etc. So all those things come into play when we are looking at different forms of perception. Uh, any doubts so far? I'm assuming that there are no doubts so far. So I'll just continue. Now how do I? Um, okay, so like let's suppose we segment the market initially by income and age groups, right? So we'll take an example of automotive industry. You have a person's age and person's income. Now, what happens is, in according to old traditional method, based on the income and the age group, you would market a particular product or a particular vehicle. Since we are taking the automotive industry's example, but now with perception in mind, you also look at their family backgrounds, their particular needs, and what they are looking for. For example, a person with family may be in 30, he's 35 years of age. His income would be around like, on an average, suppose he earns 1.5 lakh rupees in a month. Okay. So where was it? Yeah. So now a person who is age 35 earns around an average salary of 1.5 lakh rupees, is looking for a car. His main concern is safety. So when you are marketing a car to this particular person, what will happen is basically you will be showing the safety features of the car. So in today's day and age, thanks to digital marketing and targeted marketing that is possible through Google AdWords and everything, a person who is searching for a car with safety features will be easily pointed out on our search engine, and then we can just customize the ad and send it to that particular person. So this would be a targeted marketing. I'm just giving an example. Similarly, someone who is eco-friendly and looking for EVs, etc., you will create an ad for that kind of audience. So based on each person's perception, you will be adding different marketing strategies and reaching out to them. Okay. Now I know like you guys are in a way eager to know, like, Sylvester, how does this help us? How can we as coaches use this strategies for our day-to-days? Okay. So let's take for an example, like you are an upcoming coach, you are just starting your business. So first and foremost, try to identify your audience and cater your post or your blogs, etc., based on that particular audience. For example, now suppose you are a life coach and you are, mainly focusing on relationship coaching. So what you will do is create a blogs, post, etc., on relationship coaching. So now let's see. Now you have different multiple social media channels, right? So you have Instagram, you have LinkedIn, you have Facebook, you have X or Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, etc. So each individual social media platform has their own kind of metrics and how. And what if your branding is the opposite person and is around learning and living joyfully? How do you bridge the disconnect? Yes. So yeah, Lori, I'm getting there. I was just explaining that. Okay. I'll get to the question shortly. Before that, um, so yeah, each different social media has different kind of audiences. For example, on Instagram, if you are promoting more of, I'm selling my coaching program, etc., this, it might not garner as much attention because Instagram is a region where people consume more in form of knowledge and try to gain uh, quick bites of things. So doing a podcast or clips of podcast on Instagram and sharing few knowledgeable quotes, etc., will be more efficient. And in case you are looking at LinkedIn, you have obviously newsletters and blogs to promote your program. So depending on the kind of audience you have identified, you modify your marketing strategies. Once this is done, you will be able to gain some number of audience and some number of what do you say, clients. Okay. Now, clients can come from your inner circle or come from your marketing efforts. You need to sit, analyze, and identify where the clients are coming from. Let's suppose they are coming from your inner circle, like you coached a friend recommended another one of his friend, and he came to you, and the chain continues, and then you are gaining some number of audience from your inner circles and the related clients, related people. So now what you can do as a marketer, since you have in a way identified a segment, that is through referrals people are coming in, what you can do is add maybe a referral bonus or a referral discount or give something in return for every time a person is referring a client to you. So in this case, what is happening is they are motivated to, uh, you know, bring in more people to you, and you on the turn earn a decent client base, right? And once this client base is established and you get recurring clients, what you can do is now you have a circle group wherein you are gaining clients and through your referral program. And now you don't have to worry about not having clients, etc. What you can do is turn your focus towards other areas like social media wherein you were not getting clients earlier. Uh, so increase your marketing efforts there and promote more uh, through Google, LinkedIn, and Facebook ads, etc. Now, in this case, since your livelihood is no longer dependent on it, you can uh, experiment, you can do different activities, figure out which kind of messaging is working to the clients. So this is where Yamini, before the meeting, had asked, does A and B messaging come in this? So this is where your A and B messaging experimentation works, and you can easily identify which sort of clients are, listening to you and what kind of message they are listening to. So based on modify your activities or your promotional content and then keep posting. And once that is done, you will have a proper structure to gain more clients. So just promotional bit. Brett and Pranav have come up with a business mastery program which focuses on such activities which require social media and business building strategies. Okay.
Sylvester, sorry,
Sorry.
there is a question in the chat box. I have heard successful coaches recommend not giving referral bonuses because it could undermine trust, and trust is the most important in the coaching profession. I'm assuming that they are talking about the coaching profession.
Yes. Okay. So, Joram, I am kind of confused. How does giving no offense in asking this, but how does giving a referral bonus reduce a trust that a person has? Because if a person is trusting you, that's when he is referring you to another person, and that trust is what builds your business as well. So you're giving something in return for the trust he has in you, right? So I'm just asking out of curiosity. The referrer could do it for the money and less than the whole article. Oh, okay. Makes sense. So yeah, I that was just an example that I gave, wherein you could give referral bonuses to people who are getting more clients. So it is not necessary that you follow the same exact framework. You can also offer maybe a pro bono coaching to that person, or you can also give a discount to him. Whatever works, whatever strategy works for him, can be uptaken. So the referral bonus was just an example. Anyways, uh, yeah. So
Vesta, I had a question. I'm
okay.
curious. Say if a coach wants to expand their current base of clients and expand into new areas, then how can they go about with the process?
Okay. Yeah, Lori was also asking something similar. Uh, so what happens is basically, I'll give you an example of a daily ad, and then I will bring it back to coaching. So recently, Jaguar started creating their electronic appliances. Like they started providing lights, electronic switches, fans, etc. So Jaguar as a company, not the car brand, but uh, the washing. I'm forgetting the term. What do you call it?
Bathroom fittings.
Yeah, bathroom fittings. Jaguar as a company offers bathroom fittings. So, in order to change the perception that Jaguar is a company which is offering bathroom fittings, they came up with a ad campaign wherein they would show people in boardrooms having shower, etc. And someone listening to "यहाँ पे क्या लग रहा है? Yeah, what is going to be fitted here?" People are saying Jaguar, and then the person imagines that there's a board meeting going on, and the CEO is in the bathtub, and the people are taking showers, etc. But in reality, they were fitting lights and they were promoting lights. So the perception shift or perception change has to happen. In order for that, you also have to brand yourself in that particular manner. So, for example, you were an executive coach. Now you are expanding your horizon, and you are also getting into wellness coaching, right? So besides your executive coaching, one thing you can do is bring people whom you have coached before as executive, and how you have transitioned their lives or changed their perspective to bring in wellness factor into their day-to-day activities is one example. Another thing you can do is rebrand yourself in a way that besides executive coaching, this is something I offer. These are my credentials. Maybe I did my somatic certification. Maybe I have a certification in yoga, etc. So those things, when you are bringing in, people can change the perception that you had or they had about you. This thing. So whenever you are thinking of rebranding yourself, think about how do you perceive yourself, how do people perceive you, and what has to change, or how do you want to be perceived in the future. So once you are able to answer these questions, you will be able to rebrand yourself successfully. And in case there is any confusion on like how the rebranding is done, or how you don't know how people are perceiving you, what you can do is initially, again, your friend circle or your close circle, you can send them out a survey and understand how do they perceive you. Like what kind of coaching do you think they uh, what kind of coaching do they think that you will be undertaking, or what can you do is the kind of questions you will ask. And once they have answered, you can compare it to your notes and saying, "Oh, I thought this is me, but according to my friends, this is me." So the perception gap exists, and once you are able to reduce that gap, you will be able to successfully rebrand yourself. Okay. So, any other questions?
Sylvester, I have a question.
Okay.
What might prevent somebody from seeing a brand or a coach as the ideal solution for their needs,
That's
as
a
far as
difficult question.
perception is? Okay.
So there are, like, obviously there are multiple factors that come into play. One of them is selective perception. There might be a person who believes that, I can get through this on my own. I don't require a coach. So even if brand yourself like, I am there, I am this, I am that, but if the person himself is not able to perceive you, or accept that they might require your help, then that will obviously block them from reaching out to you. So obviously there are workarounds that, like, you can improve your credibility, or you can give more examples through testimonials, or you know interviews, etc. That I am a coach and I can solve this problem for you. Okay, so yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome.
There is another question, I think, by Laurie, who is asking,
Okay.
is the inner circle of clients a good place to define demographics for segmenting and targeting on social media?
Um, so again, that is like an yes and no question, because what happens is, when you are just looking at the inner circle, you might be limiting yourself as well, because they might be the clients or came to know you through individual contacts, etc. So that inner circle at times can limit your thing, but I would never say that it shouldn't define your demographics. You can use that inner circle to define your demographics, and later on expand from there. So establish yourself, uh, create a perception of yourself in the minds of the consumer, and then try rebranding yourself and expanding further. So every process, like, coaching takes time, and you need to get from A to B, right? That's the reason we call it coaching. So in the marketing as well, you have to transition from different phases to reach your final goal of becoming, maybe a well-known coach. Any other questions? So I have a small challenge. Is it okay if I post it in the chat, or uh, I'm not sure, like, how should I share it? I was thinking of creating a PDF and sharing it, but yeah, this would be like a 30-day challenge that you guys can take up and practice on how to develop your perception. It's a small exercise, and like a thank you from me for attending my webinar. This is the first time in a way that I'm hosting a webinar, so I'm also learning uh, the ropes. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. So does this work? Can I share that exercise with you guys? I'm assuming the thumbs up are for sharing the exercises. Just give me a second. Sorry.
In the meantime, if anybody has questions about perception and how it can help you in positioning yourself as a coach and increasing your practice, please feel free to post it in the chat box. You can also post it in the Q&A box. Yeah, any thoughts around perception? Anybody?
Vikram, can you elaborate on MGT?
I think that stands for management. So how perception
Oh, okay.
management can create an ecosystem.
Huh. Uh, so perception management becomes like a very strategic process, and what many for the lack of better example, I'll give you an example of Modi and Rajiv Gandhi. I know I'm going a bit political, but it's just an example. So, like when it comes to this two people, perception management or has influenced BJP's perception management, I would say, has influenced us to believe that Modi is a competent leader, whereas Rajiv Gandhi becomes an incompetent leader. So Rahul Gandhi, yeah, sorry. So um, again, perception management is again a way to influence others, and this in turn can help create an ecosystem for you rightly said, Vikram. So different companies will have different perception managements that they take place. Like for example, in India we have Tata Group. Tata Group is based on the perception management in a way that it's a trusted company. People can trust, rely on them, and have faith in them. Whereas if you look at Reliance, besides the trust that they have, they also are known for their focus on profit making. So when as a shareholder or stakeholder you want to invest in the company, you would obviously select Reliance. But again, it's my personal opinion. If you want to be a part of a company, I would be part of a Tata Group. So similar. That's one example I can think of.
Lester, I have another question.
Okay.
Uh, but you can go ahead and answer Vikram's question first.
How to do it as a coach? Um, that's a difficult question, Vikram, because I am like a new coach and still learning the ropes. So if anyone in the chat would like to support me or help me, I would be grateful.
I'm also wondering how can one create perception with while being authentic, right? Like how can uh we create that image of ourselves while truly being authentic to ourselves at the same time?
So many of us, knowingly or unknowingly, are authentic in many of the areas. Like uh, social media, in a way, is a bad example. But when you are putting something that you created or something that you learned out there, those are the things that you on your own have created. Those are the certificates that you earn through your hard work and learning. So being authentic is very easy. It's just a choice that we make when we are putting it out there. So the perception of being authentic, again, like Nupur's one of favorite artists is Attitude. He is someone who is very focused on mental wellness, etc., and always does post creatives, etc., based on that. So that authenticity is seen in his work, and when you see him interact with others, that authenticity is built further. Yeah.
Silvester, there
Marketing.
is another, sorry.
Yes. And I was just reading Neta's question. Does perception marketing have a heightened psychology underpinning? Just curious. So yeah, perception marketing actually is based on different psychological models. One of them that I can think on top of the mind is Maslow's hierarchy, hierarchy of needs. So that is one of the thing. What role do social media play in shaping public perception? Okay. Um, Social media is again a question of, okay, sorry, I am getting distracted by the chat. I'll just focus on the questions and then I'll give you the answer. So what role does social media play in shaping public perception? So in recent time, if you see again a very political answer, Nirmala ma'am's new policies. Many people are questioning how those policies are coming into play. There are different memes that are being played. So all those things, social media, multiple people talking about a single person can help or can in a way affect how a person is perceived in the general environment or the audience. So, for example, I'll stick with Nirmala ma'am's example, wherein She is now right now portrayed as a finance minister who is not competent for that particular role. I know, very controversial answer, but just giving an example. So yeah, we are almost at time. Yamini has posted the activities. In case you want a PDF, I will be writing a blog and sharing it on our socials, on our website, and on our LinkedIn newsletter. So you can download the worksheet from there as well. Just letting you know. Also, we are currently in promoting Business Mastery series, which is led by Brett Bahub, who is a famous LinkedIn influencer, and he has created the module 1. You can reach out to us to get more details about the curriculum, information about the programs, or in case you want to register for the program. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you, Akit.
Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you,
Sylvester.
everyone. Yeah.
Thank you
So
so much,
Yamini and Nupur, over
Sylvester.
to you.
Yeah,
Thank you. This was
thank
really
you so much.
insightful.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Thank you for joining us today. And we hope you got some insights about how you can take your coaching, how you can position yourself as a coach, and how perception can help you in doing that. And thank you so much, Sylvester, for doing this webinar and for taking us through how important perception really is as far as marketing is concerned, and for sharing everything that you did share. Like Sylvester said, there will be a blog coming up. So I haven't been able to quite capture the 30-day plan that Sylvester said in the chat box. So I'm really sorry about that. But we will be sharing it with you as a PDF, like Sylvester said, and it will be available shortly on our website. So please do, watch out for that. And if anybody would like to, rewatch this video, it will be available on our YouTube channel as a recording. So you can just check it out anytime you want to and get tips from there. With that, we will end this webinar for today. And please do remember that we have another webinar tomorrow about the Business Mastery series, which Sylvester also mentioned. It's at the same time, 7:30 p.m. IST. Please join us for that. And we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night, morning, evening, depending on wherever you join us from. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much, Yamini. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.